Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I got a really good one for you today. First off, let me apologize. It's been a long time. I know. I've had school, I've had massive exams, and then I took 2 weeks off. I didn't take 2 weeks off. I just been really lazy because it's my summer vacation now, bro. Right? I haven't had a summer vacation in 20 years. All right. Disregarding, right? I got a really good one for you today. Most of you probably know Boogie2988. For those of you that don't, he's essentially a massive lol cow now. He used to be like this little typecast personality on Magic. You maybe have seen some memes, etc. Um, the guy's fallen on hard times, quote unquote, and essentially scammed his customers, his fans. Like the little fans he still had left, because low callers, they don't really have fans, they have hate watchers. But the little fans that he had left, he scammed with one of those crypto coin nonsenses. And obviously got called out for it massively. Coffeezilla did an entire video on him. We will link that video. I will link that below. It's actually quite interesting to to watch the call. It really shows you the type of person that Boogie2988 is. He will the one thing I'll give away, besides the little small snippet of 5 seconds we're gonna watch, the one thing I'll give away is he blames a lot on his cancer and says like, oh, I won't pay anyone back or anything, right? I got paid money for promoting this coin, and this money is mine, and I'm gonna use it. It's already gone. It's at St. Mercy's Hospital, right? He's trying to play on people's sensibilities, and claiming that he spent the money on medical bills, because he apparently has cancer. Destiny, the ever popular, depending how you look at it, debate streamer, was watching this video, this interview, sort of. It's not really an interview. Well, technically it's an interview, but Coffeezilla calls him up on the phone and they're talking. So Destiny was watching, and at the end, Boogie says something that pissed him off. He couldn't let it go, right? And glorious things happen from there. So let's watch the last like 5 to 10 seconds of the call, and to see exactly the catalyst, the triggering event for Destiny to go on a little bit of a research spell. It's glorious, guys. It kind of is.
Okay, thanks, Boogie. I appreciate it. I hope you get better. I hope you get better with your sickness. And
yeah, it's cancer, man. People don't generally get better. But I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, okay. First of all, that's really fatalistic. Second of all, people get better from cancer all the time. All right. My mom had cancer. She is still here. She is fully better, fully cancer free. People beat that stuff all the time. Disregarding that part of it, this little snippet came after a 21-minute interview of Boogie just covering himself in like the most scammy ways possible. Like, oh, well, I didn't know about this. I mean, if you tell me that I scammed people, I guess I scammed people. Like, it's really disgusting. I highly recommend you watch it. It is a 21-minute video, but as you guys, if you watch my videos, you will definitely watch a Coffeezilla video, right? He's much more interesting, much more professional, okay? But this triggered, again, Destiny, Mr. Stephen Bonnell, like, sorry, I was gonna do a little joke, a little, what's that slow-talking guy, Feinstein, whatever the fuck his name is? He kept mispronouncing his name. I was gonna do a joke. It's fine. So yeah, Destiny was watching this and was like, yo, that's some bullshit. I'm gonna look up more about this supposed form of cancer that he has. And he did. And then this happened.
Can you just shut the fuck up?
And then there's no
Shut
camera.
up. You're so
and
negative.
it's just your voice, and it's just fucking cringe.
Everything about A popular streamer by the name of Destiny.
Yeah, I know.
Where the fuck is our webcam at?
Listen, probably OBS is using
Let me
it.
skip this bit because they fuck around with the
God.
webcam.
Hold on. It's on.
I mean, some of you
Don't
at
be
least.
so friendly.
What kind of
There we are.
Hey,
Oh
there
my
we go.
God, we're
There
on.
you go.
But not X.
Okay, we don't need him. Don't worry about him.
Yeah, you're not. You can say whatever you want. And it's gonna be like we said it.
So, this is Destiny, and this is Boogie. Just so you guys know, I mean, everybody probably knows this because, well, these two people are pretty famous in our spheres, right? So,
All right, are we good to go?
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
just for context, Destiny crashes Keemstar show. He was invited. Well, not invited in advance, but he was like, "Yo, get me on this show. I got stuff to say."
Okay,
And boy, did he have stuff to say.
Boogie2988, you are being confronted tonight.
Besides mispronouncing his name.
I am 99% sure that you are faking.
No, don't move.
You are faking your cancer diagnosis, Boogie.
Okay, let's hear that.
Let's hear that.
Did the doctor ever tell you, or did he ever say the word?
Can I just first of all point out, like, who the fuck just goes, okay? I'd be like immediately pissed off, dude. Like, excuse me? Bro, this is my life we're talking about. Because let's be honest, cancer is, that's life-threatening. Would you not, like, think about this yourself? Would you just be like, oh yeah, sure, let me hear what you got? Wait, what? What do you mean? What do you mean I don't have cancer, you motherfucker? Of course I have cancer. What is this like? I would be so offended, dude. If I would honestly lose my mind if I like I had an actual life-threatening, debilitating disease, and someone was like accusing me of like, yo, you're faking this shit, dude. I would be livid. Meanwhile, look at this guy's face. Look at the way he's sitting, dude. Like this guy's lying through his teeth, bro.
Cancer.
He said polycythemia vera, which is a form of cancer, as he explained it to me. And no, it is not secondary polycythemia, which is Nicholas Diorio's explanation for this bullshit.
So I think it is secondary polycythemia. Can you explain?
Well, then why would he call it? Why would he call it polycythemia vera? Why would he tell me that I have hormone markers in my blood that tells me I have polycythemia vera? Why does he order a bone marrow biopsy to confirm it?
Well, if he ordered a bone marrow biopsy to confirm it, it would be weird that you told us that you already had a diagnosis and a confirmation. If it
Because
has been
the
confirmed,
markers are in my blood. The hormone markers are in my blood.
correct.
Destiny.
But you said that you'd received a diagnosis, but now you just told me that you got a bone marrow biopsy to
It's
confirm.
a diagnosis, and now we're confirming.
I just want to point out, like, a little unrelated. Bro, I have much respect for Destiny. I don't agree with him, like, half the time, I suppose. But you don't want to f with Destiny, dude. The man does his research. The man is actually knowledgeable. Like this whole critique that they get, like, oh, he just reads Wikipedia. While that is technically true, like at the bottom of Wikipedia, there's this like giant list of like notations, and when you click on those, you go to the actual articles and the actual pages where the information's taken from. How in God's name would you think learning stuff on Wikipedia, quote unquote, is like a bad thing? Like you can literally go through all the sources. Like it's not because you start on Wikipedia that you stay on Wikipedia. The idea of Wikipedia is you read and then you check at the bottom with the sources, which I know, let's be honest, 99.9% of people don't do that. But how do I put this politely? No, fuck politeness. If you're an imbecile and you don't want to do your due diligence and look at the notes, then you can't complain afterwards, and you can't be like, oh, it's a wiki warrior. Well, in your case, a wiki warrior would mean you're a moron, yeah. But in other people's cases, we actually go check it. We check the notes, we check the sources. It's kind of normal, because you don't know what people write in the wiki stuff. But if you have the sources, right? If it's a sourced document, yeah, we can look up the sources. I'm guessing 99.9% of people clearly don't do that, but whatever. It is what it is. I went off on a tangent, sorry.
Sure.
It's called a confirmation. The hormone markers are already in my blood.
Yep. So I think what happened is, Boogie, based on everything...
biopsy because I'm wanting to do that, because I'm praying to God I don't fucking have cancer.
He doesn't care.
I'm praying to God I'm taking...
2 years after the fact. He's been claiming he's had cancer for 2 years, apparently. So, That's like, okay, wouldn't you have done that sooner? Right? Is that like one of the first things you do? Make sure you do have cancer? Like, I feel like they would confirm that, like, oh, yeah, we're gonna run some more tests. You know? But that's just me. I mean, I do live in a country that has actual healthcare, so, you know.
The 1 in a million fucking chance.
Maybe it's different in the States.
Wrong.
But I doubt it.
There's another reason that I have the hormone fucking imbalances in my blood.
Yeah. Why are you praying to God 2 years after you said that you have cancer that you don't have cancer?
Because 2 years ago, they told me I have polycythemia vera based on the fact that I have increased red
I have no idea who
blood
these
cell
other
counts,
people are, by the way.
increased hemoglobin, and the hormone markers in my blood. And it all spelled pretty definitively that I have this. And so he wanted to get a bone marrow biopsy, but it is intrusive and expensive, so they decided to forego it. I would like to still get it done because I am hopeful, I am praying that there's a fucking merciful God of the world that would be willing to fucking let this be wrong, even though it most certainly is not.
So why are you talking about expensive cancer
Like,
treatments?
listen to the way this guy talks as well, man. It's like so weaselly. Like, oh, it's definitely not wrong, but I want to pay this for this massive, expensive in America surgery or not surgery. What's the word in English? Operation. It's not really. Well, they're sticking a needle in your. It hurts like a fuck. Yeah, whatever. This diagnosis, treatment, whatever the hell you want to call it. That's like really expensive, but I do it 2 years late. Right? And then it's like, oh, okay, but wait a minute. So, you're 100%, right? You're 100% sure you've got cancer. You just said it's unequivocally, you have cancer. Why are you doing this insane thing that you then can't afford in the 0.001% chance that you don't have cancer? What? No, I don't think that's how that works. I mean, maybe if you're desperate enough, but bro, you're like scamming people with like fake coins and shit. Like, come on, bro. There's no way. There's no way.
Even know if you have cancer. That nothing has been confirmed yet. It's been 2 years.
They're treating it, dipshit.
They're not.
Because
How are
they've
they
been treating it for 2 fucking years.
How are they treating it, Boogie?
Blood test, blood thinners, bloodletting, medications. They're trying to get my weight
Correct.
down. I'm
Yes.
seeing the doctor every 3 fucking months. I'm doing blood tests every fucking month. We're doing it.
Yep.
So they don't know
What
if
do
you
you
have
wanna
cancer
know?
or not. So can I
You want to
understand
hold
this?
my fucking hand?
Well,
When
sure. So I mean, I can explain. So I can explain everything, right? So
right.
Boogie has a condition
Go
called
right ahead.
polycythemia, which
Bro, that has to be the that has to be like the worst sentence you want to hear when you're lying about something. When the other guy goes like, "Oh, I can explain everything." Here it comes.
means there's an elevation in his.
Polycythemia vera.
No.
Polycythemia vera.
You fat fuck. I want to hear the guy that actually knows something.
Polycythemia vera.
Destiny,
He
go
knows
ahead.
more about my fucking medical diagnosis
yes,
than I
I
do.
guarantee- well,
Go
he's-
right the fuck ahead. I was in the fucking room. My girlfriend was in the fucking room. When he told me. So go
You
right
are
the fuck ahead,
filibustering.
Destiny. Go right the
You
fuck
are
ahead.
Yo, be
filibustering,
nice,
sir.
be nice,
Okay,
Boogie.
yeah, I will go ahead. Okay, so I think that Boogie was told that he has polycythemia, which means he has an elevation of his red blood cells. Now, there is a cancer known as polycythemia vera, which is caused by a mutation in some part of your body that causes an elevation of 3 different levels of things that you'll find. One of those is the red blood cell count. However, when Boogie was talking about the polycythemia, he mentioned a couple things that I thought were interesting. The first was that taking an exogenous hormone, TRT, testosterone, that caused a increase in him developing this condition. So taking testosterone will not cause you to develop a cancer. That doesn't, not for this particular cancer, it won't. It will cause you to develop secondary polycythemia. The second thing that he mentioned was that his doctor ordered a sleep study. That's because one of the things that can cause your body to produce more red blood cells is if you have hypoxemia, which is a lower count of, or a low amount of oxygen in your blood for an extended period of time. And the reason
Like, isn't this crazy? This guy just researched that on like a day, you know? And then it's like, yo, you're lying. Let me tell you exactly why. Like, holy shit, dude. I do not want to get on this man's bad side.
why why he ordered
really
that
don't.
sleep study is probably because Boogie either has pulmonary obstructive something, or he has, as he mentioned, sleep apnea. And sleep apnea, which is a decrease in oxygen overnight, can lead to a decrease in oxygen in your blood, which can lead to an increase in the production of red blood cells. All of the things that Boogie described, both the things that cause this and the treatments for it, are consistent with secondary polycythemia. None of these are consistent with cancer, and the fact that he's saying that they've now ordered a biopsy 2 years after. Wait, 2 years after. Let me just finish real quick.
That's the crazy thing, right? 2 years later, we're gonna do a biopsy to see if you actually have cancer. Wait, you've been treating me for 2 years for cancer already. What the fuck are you saying? You could sue a doctor for malpractice for that, dude. Like, a doctor's treating you for 2 years about something they think you might have, and they didn't confirm that shit? That is like serious malpractice, bro. There's no way. There's zero chance in the United States of America, of all places, there's zero chance, dude. That doctor would have been sued into oblivion, bro. Like, there's zero chance. Ain't no fucking way.
Let me finish real quick. Real quick.
He's not done. He's not done.
Yeah. 2 years ago, you said that you had a cancer diagnosis, but now you just said now they're doing a biopsy to check for cancer.
Confirmation.
Is this House MD? Are we treating a blood cancer without actually confirming it yet? For 2 years, you've been having a cancer treatment without confirming there's actually cancer there?
Because it was in my blood markers, and that's pretty goddamn definitive. You can Google that, Destiny.
Well, apparently not, right? Because you want... It's so definitive. You want a biopsy 2 years later to confirm if you have it or not. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Oh, this guy is a terrible liar, bro.
Have the hormones, when you have the hormone in the blood that is produced by this cancer, it's pretty goddamn definitive. It doesn't show up for just the shit sakes of it.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Look, you want to keep saying you're the patient, you know what your body has.
Yes.
But when I go to the doctor, they give me shit like this, which is like papers.
Because I was going to say, Boogie can end this whole thing. Show me a single document with polycythemia vera on it. You don't have one. I don't think the doctor ever diagnosed you with it.
Can I ask you something, Destiny? Is it possible that when the doctor was seeing him, they were asking...
See, so if he wasn't lying, all he had to do now is walk probably like 2 foot... well, that's gonna be hard for him, but walk 2 foot to his, wherever his medical papers are and be like, oh, okay. And then you just hold up the little paper where it says, oh, polycythemia vera. You don't have to show anything, dude. You just have to show the paper where it says that, like, okay, technically you do have to show anything because then they'll be like, oh, well, I can't be sure if that's blah, blah, blah. But... it would assuage a lot of people, you know? It's a 2-second thing and you'd be fine. Guess what doesn't happen?
You could have polycythemia, if I'm saying it correctly, or polycythemia vera, but you don't have the cancer version. You have this version.
Correct.
There is
polycythemia.
I'm asking him. Is it could be like a loss of translation type situation?
Yeah. So polycythemia just means you have an elevation of red blood cells. That's all it means. Your red blood cell count is high. And
so
I think
you can just be fat and sleep apnea can create
sleep apnea could do it. Yeah, anything. Yeah, like that could cause it. And the fact that Boogie said we knew that when I was taking TRT, this was a risk of that. That means that risk is to develop secondary polycythemia. That was the risk, and then that is what ended up happening, unfortunately. But it's not cancer. That was induced because of just a low oxygenation of the blood.
So why? Explain to me, Destiny, why there are hormone markers in my blood that have tested positively for
Source. Trust me, bro.
Polycythemia vera.
If there was, then he wouldn't have.
Look at one of your medical papers, dude.
Yeah,
I'm never showing any of these motherfuckers my medical papers. Go fuck yourself. I said that 2 years ago, and I'm staying by it now. Destiny Jackson Clark, Keemstar, you can see it when I fucking die. It's my fucking goddamn medical record. I've given you every goddamn phone call. I've given you every fucking text. I've given you. It's never made a single goddamn thing better. I'm not gonna fucking do it. Go fuck yourselves.
You could easily end this right now by just showing.
I would rather you motherfuckers continue to LARP. I would rather you motherfuckers continue.
Okay, well, no, here's an easy question.
Goddamn thing. The last goddamn thing.
You're the one who's
the fucking security I have in the fucking world.
So the easy thing here is if there are blood markers that definitively confirm polycythemia vera as a blood cancer, then why are they doing a biopsy?
Because I'm insisting on it. Because
Drop
I'm hoping
the microphone.
No, wait. Why would you have to insist on a biopsy if you can confirm with with blood markers? It's because you can't.
Because I'm hoping that I are wrong.
If you're hoping they're wrong, then why 2 years ago were you talking about fighting cancer? Why would you be talking about like?
I have been for 2 years.
Fighting cancer? How? With what? With blood thinners?
Oh, this one's for you, Boogie.
Because, oh, God damn it. Because you treat polycythemia vera almost identically to the way that you treat polycythemia, because you can't attack the cancer directly. All you can do is treat the symptoms. And the symptoms are identical to polycythemia, because it's the same fucking thing, with the exception of one's getting caused by an external source and the other's being caused by fucking cancer. And in this case, it's getting caused by fucking cancer, Destiny.
So I do think there are different treatments available for polycythemia vera, and I think that the outcomes for that are significantly worse than just having it induced by some other thing like sleep apnea or hypoxia. But I mean, if you wanted to,
the treatment plan is pretty identical.
Yeah,
the treatment plan is pretty identical.
So if there are two huge things. So one, you could show it to a private party and they could confirm, somebody like Keemstar. But two, the issue is that if you want to keep your medical issues to yourself, I think everybody is entitled to that right, obviously. But if you're going to come out,
I should have never talked about it to begin with.
Well, hold on.
No, you should have never lied to begin with. There is a big difference. This guy's such a weasel, dude. Oh, I should have never talked. You guys are jumping on me. Blah, blah, blah. No, dude, you're scamming people. You're lying about cancer. Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Holy shit.
The reason I was going to do a GoFundMe was because they verify, for the record. They verify.
They verify?
So
that would be the third party that I would.
Yeah, so GoFundMe does not do the best verification, as has been proven multiple times in the past. But the issue is that you say that you shouldn't have talked about it. But the fact is that you did. You did the day that you got the diagnosis. You were like, well, I was considering doing this, but I just got my diagnosis today. So you weren't considering. You did it instantly.
I sat on it for a while.
Wait, on your tweet, did you not say that I got my diagnosis today and then talk about it?
They told me. Okay. They told me in the office that they were worried about it. Then they did the blood tests. Then, yes, I did tweet about it on the day that I got confirmation. But I sat on it for a couple of months before, or for a couple of weeks before talking about it, because it took a while for us to get the blood results.
So you sat on it when you didn't know the answer? That's not called sitting on it. That's just called waiting for an answer. Also, if you were so keen on diagnosing whether you had cancer or not, why would you wait 2 years to get the biopsy?
I don't know if you've ever followed my Twitter before, but I tend to tweet shit as it happens. This one I decided to
real-time news, motherfucker.
I don't understand why you're waiting.
Easy there, Hassan.
2 years.
Solid cancer diagnosis.
It's pretty fucking serious.
There is no cancer. It's secondary polycythemia. There is no cancer here. There's no proof of it. You can't show anybody proof of it because it's not real. And yeah, I don't know. As somebody that like his mom had cancer, it's just a little bit gross. I feel like when people are talking publicly about fighting cancer.
Who is the person that faked cancer before? The chick. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, only had cancer once. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a vintage meme.
No, that's
a vintage.
Wasn't it Emily from RuneScape?
There's so many people that don't know that meme right now.
Yeah. Can I ask Boogie? Is it possible that you just jumped the gun on releasing your diagnosis thing?
No.
You don't think you jumped the gun a little bit?
Anything is possible, sure.
I just don't understand why you won't just go grab a piece of paper and just disprove them. Because I don't have all these feelings.
He has nothing with those words on it.
Number two, and like I said a year ago,
what? No way, dude.
He has nothing with those words on it.
You don't have printouts, bro. They give you that at the doctors and the hospitals, right? Everything is automated. I know, but we still get like hard copies of everything here, dude. Is that not a thing in America? Do you guys not get hard copies? I get hard copies of everything, bro. I don't have cancer. Don't get me wrong, right? But I've had in the last 2 years, I've had to go to a lot of doctors, and I had a lot of people like look at me because of my shoulder and my actual physical problems. And guess what? They got a paper for all of that, dude. And you know what I did with those papers? I filed them. They're downstairs. I could go get them right now. I don't want to because I have to go it's like 50 stairs down and up. We're not gonna do that. I'm lazy. But you get a hard copy of everything, okay? Like, I can't imagine that's different in America, or all that different.
Number two, and like I said a year ago, when these motherfuckers tried to
hold on.
This is the one last thing I have left. You motherfuckers were in my marriage. You guys were in everything else. You're in every aspect of my life. Fuck you. Let me have one goddamn.
That's bro. He cannot take responsibility for anything he does, dude. Like, there's only one person that ruined your marriage, bro. Well, maybe two, right? There's a marriage is two people, and it's those two people. Like, there's only one reason you're financially ruined, right? And that's because your spending habits are shit. You don't know how to deal with money, and that comes from someone who I don't really know how to deal with money either, right? I'm lucky though; I don't have any, right? So like, it's easy. But yeah, there's he's just shirking away responsibility, and he's got a pattern of doing that. Like, he just cannot take responsibility for any failure or anything at all.
What you're trying to tell me?
Tomorrow.
That's everybody.
Lead. Boogie lies about cancer than to hand this shit over to you pieces of shit. That's just.
This?
I'd rather do that. I'd rather do that. Go ahead, print it, Dexerto. Go ahead and print it.
Can you get your patient portal up on your phone and like send it to Tommy?
And I'm not going to.
He's never doing that. He does not have a cancer diagnosis. There is 0% chance that he has one. Remember, every leading thing for this cancer diagnosis the doctor talked about has to do with secondary polycythemia. The sleep apnea was a contributor to that, and the TRT was a contributor to that.
Except for the hormone markers in my blood. Except for
but if you had hormone markers for it, that's either a definitive diagnosis, in which case you wouldn't be getting a biopsy 2 years later, or it wasn't definitive, and you would have gotten a biopsy 2 years later instead of saying they're treating you for cancer for 2 years. You just said before that you don't have the money for extra medical stuff. If they don't need that test to confirm cancer, why would you spend extra money on a biopsy they don't need?
I don't know if you heard of this, Destiny. I just got a bit of a windfall.
Ooh.
Might have heard about it.
Yeah, you may have heard of it.
We have.
What's a windfall?
He did a $10,000 crypto scam, using partly his cancer thing as an excuse for why he needed to scam his fans.
Okay, I was gonna explain, but he did it for me, so there you go. Had a bit of the fact, okay, so I'm Belgian, okay? My native language is Dutch. I'm gonna, just because I'm not I'm pretty sure windfall means I got a bunch of money. But I'm gonna look this up. Wow, dude. It means exactly what I thought it meant. A large amount of money that is won or received unexpectedly. Bro, this guy, oh my god, this guy is so disgusting, dude. You had a windfall? No, dude. You scammed your fans, bro. You're a despicable, filthy lowlife of a human being who scams other people out of their money. You didn't have a windfall? Holy hell, dude. To say it in that way shows exactly the type of person this guy is. And you don't even need to see him to know this is a fat, disgusting piece of human meat, you know? Like, utterly reprehensible, bro. This guy has zero shame and zero fucking... Nothing weighs on his conscience for scamming, like, a bunch of people out of their money, dude. Utterly reprehensible, bro. This guy is the filth of the internet, which is why he's a lolcow, obviously, but holy hell, dude. How can you be this much of a sad excuse of a human being, dude? And you're like 4 human beings, bro, and you still can't have the morals of just one of us, dude. Disgusting, bro.
But
I just want to I want to join real quick because you just got caught lying about me to Coffee Zilla.
Seems like a lot of effort to go through.
And now you're being confronted. And now you're being confronted on one of the biggest lies on internet history.
I can't do this. Seriously.
And you won't prove it?
No.
You won't prove it?
I'd rather you go ahead and print it.
If this is true, and you lied about
Oh, trust me.
this
We're printing it. Disgusting piece of shit.
is the biggest scam.
It actually really pisses me off, man. Like, oh, my mom's cancer wasn't bad, you know? But that diagnosis, that diagnosis alone gives you so much anxiety and stress in, like, the family situation. To lie about it is just, oh my god, you have to be such a disgusting human being, bro. And then the whole scamming thing, like, oh, he says this in the CoffeeZilla interview. Again, I urge you to watch it. It's really interesting. He's like, oh, well, no, I needed the money to pay for my cancer treatments, right? It's like, who the fuck do you think you are, dude? Walter White? Like, are you joking right now? This isn't Breaking Bad, motherfucker. Like, holy shit, dude. Oh my god, man. I'm actually getting angry. I'm getting angry about this.
Scandal on the internet.
It's not, but go ahead and print it anyway. Go ahead and print it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, Walter White is great. I'm gonna use that as my fucking... That's gonna be the title, bro.
Prove it. None of you motherfuckers. I
Fucking
said this
prove
2
it.
years ago, and I'm not doing it today. Go right ahead. Print it. Print it the way it is. Go right ahead.
Print it. Run it.
I'm okay with
okay,
that.
so
I want to point out how very combative he is here. Right? This comes back later. Foreshadowing.
I guess just to wrap up, because we don't want to take all you guys' time tonight.
Very
so just as
busy
a couple
people.
things, right? So the story as laid out, if you look up secondary polycythemia versus polycythemia vera, all of the leading things that Boogie talks about leading to his condition are consistent with secondary polycythemia, not the mutation that would cause polycythemia vera. The things that Boogie says that his doctor wants him to check for afterwards, like doing a sleep study, are consistent with secondary polycythemia, not primary polycythemia. And the fact that he says, I'm almost done. The fact that he says that he had the blood markers or something to confirm it 2 years ago, but is now getting a biopsy for secondary confirmation, even though he says he doesn't have the money for medical bills, but I guess now that he does have money, he's going to waste all of it on biopsying things that are already confirmed, or at least confirmed enough that he wanted to talk about it publicly for 2 years ago, and then use it to fundraise the money that he now has so that he can do the biopsy that I don't even think he's doing, by the way. I don't think he's actually doing that biopsy. I think that's a lie as well. And if you wanted to disprove If you wanted to disprove it, all he has to do is show a private party this particular medical thing, and and it would be.
That's also fraud. That's just fraud.
To summarize, Jesse, you're basically saying he's kind of unlucky he doesn't have cancer.
I mean, for this particular case, yeah. I mean, if you want, here, I'll do this. If Boogie can confirm that he has polycythemia vera, and he actually has like a doctor confirmation of the blood cancer, I'll throw $5,000 towards his medical treatment. I'll make that personal pledge right now.
10,000. You're not seeing my medical records for 20, not for 50. You're not seeing my medical records.
$5,000.
I said
Look, okay, so here's where he kind of gives it away, right? He just literally like, I give you $5,000 if you, if you, bro, you were scamming your fans for $5,000, but you don't want to show one piece of paper for $5,000? I think that's pretty telling, my dudes. I think you're a big fat liar. No pun intended. Sorry. No pun intended. I think you're a big fat liar, and everyone knows it now.
I don't get it.
Everyone already knew it, let's be honest.
Just remember, okay, so then I just want people to remember in the future then, when Boogie says, I have to do XYZ scam to raise money because my medical bills are hurting so much, he can speak publicly about his medical issues to scam his fans to raise money, but he can't take $5,000 to privately confirm a diagnosis that he already publicly said that he has. Doesn't make any sense, but okay.
Even I have a fucking limit. Even I have a fucking limit.
What's the limit, though?
Well, it's clearly not scamming people, right? Holding up a piece of paper that proves something you've been asserting for 2 years. That's your limit? Yikes, my dude.
Yeah, I think you can probably understand that he, there's a big history of people, I guess, scamming people with cancer, and it's like the worst of the worst. And you're getting confronted with that right now when your response to that is nuh-uh.
Go ahead.
I'm not going ahead. I'm just, I'm explaining to you.
Go ahead. Go right the fuck ahead.
I don't care. I'm not going ahead with anything.
He's speaking to you.
No, I'm saying
I'm trying to explain to you why we're in this situation. Is just that people view this as one of the lowest things, right? It's about as bad as it gets.
Why aren't you just trying to disprove that, other than them making you look like you're
because 2 years ago, I'd rather that than the.
Why would you rather that? That's so stupid.
This is the last thing I have is my medical.
All right, do you care about this anymore?
If I hand this over, I've given over literally every goddamn thing.
It's the last thing I have is my medical records. Oh yeah, it's because the last thing you can lie about. I get it.
Bro, Destiny himself. I mean,
it's funnier if we just hang up on them.
Medical records. All
and you know what? This might have turned out differently had he messaged me the night before, and we had.
Yeah. You wouldn't have nagged him for a
wouldn't.
Not to come out.
Why leak the whole medical history, not just the confirmation?
Because I don't know. I have no idea.
All right. Well, hey, thanks a lot, guys. Cool. We'll see you guys later.
Care,
Thanks for
coming out.
Thanks, man. Good night, guys.
Yeah. Have a pleasant evening.
So yeah, yikes. And here's the best part of all of this, right? I hope it stays this way and he just disappears, but that he's not, because he's a cloud goblin and he wants to scam you for your money, so he's gonna come back. But he was so happy that to let people run with the story that this kind of happened. He nuked his Twitter. He nuked his Twitter, bro. He just deleted it, right? Or like turned it off. I don't know. Can you turn it off without giving me this screen without it being deleted? I don't actually know. But this is just the cherry on top, dude. Like, I hope this guy stays away. Like, the internet deserves better than this kind of filth, alright? Scamming your fans, lying about cancer in an attempt to like garner some sympathy, bro. This this person is like one of the worst people out there, dude. Like, it's unbelievable. What? Just imagine the depth you have to sink to just... Why would you fake... What? I can't even get that through my head, dude. I mean, I get why, but... Because you want sympathy, but it's just like... It blows my mind, bro. Like, of all the things to lie about? Holy hell, dude. So yeah, it's really fun. Let's hope this lasts, but I don't think this is the last we've seen of Walter White. I'm gonna call him that from now on, dude. Walter White. I think that's hilarious. Alright. That's it, guys. I ran 36 minutes. What the hell? Okay, thank you so much for hanging out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I personally think this is both hilarious and horrific at the same time, because it's hilarious because this guy's a fucking loser. It's horrific because this is stuff you really don't fucking... Dude, don't lie about this shit. This is cringe. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Peace the hell out, guys. See you later.